Hello folks, welcome back to Basic Foodie UK. Just doing a quick one today. I'll be trying this Spaghetti Bolognese made by the Stamford Street Food Company. I did try the lasagna made by the Stamford Street Food Company in my previous video. Link will be somewhere around here. And I was actually really impressed with it. This is a budget brand, the Stamford Street Food Company. It's made by Sainsbury's, which is a UK supermarket, and it's their proper budget food. In the last video, I compared the budget lasagna, the kind of mid-range option, and the most expensive taste the difference option. And I was actually really impressed with the lasagna made by the Stamford Street Food Company, which again is just budget Sainsbury's. So I thought I'd try some of their other range and came across this, the Spaghetti Bolognese. So this costs 85p, is only in the freezer section. In my local Sainsbury's they had 3 different options from this brand. I believe they have other variants that you can buy in bigger Sainsbury's, but the one near me is fairly small, so we've only got these 3. But I'm intrigued to try out all of the different Stamford Street Food Company products, because if they all taste okay, I mean for 85p, you're onto an absolute winner. Like I said, I was really impressed with the Spaghetti Bolognese, so I've got high hopes for this one. I really hope it tastes nice, but that's what we'll find out. So here's the cooking instructions and the nutritional information. I'm not going to go into detail on all of this sort of stuff anymore. What I'll do is I'll film it. If you're interested in what's in it, just pause the video. Hope you can all read it. I'm going to microwave this. I mean, you can oven cook it, but at 45 minutes long compared to, what, 9.5 minutes for a microwave. For something like Spaghetti Bolognese, I don't think the benefit of oven cooking it is really going to make it any better. So I'll microwave this one, and here's a close-up of the ingredients. Again, pause the video if you'd like to take a closer look at what's in it. One thing that is sometimes a worry with these sorts of things is the bare pasta here that's not covered by sauce. That can sometimes go very chewy and hard and even sometimes crispy. Now this does want you to stir it halfway through cooking, which I'll do, but it wants you to microwave it for 9.5 minutes. So it's going to have a good nearly 5 minutes of cooking before it's stirred, and I'm hoping that pasta won't go kind of hard and crispy, but we'll see. Need to pierce the film, which I'll do with a fork. And pop it in the microwave. So my microwave is 800 watts, so this is 9.5 minutes in total. I'll do 4.5 minutes for the first half, just to reduce the risk of this pasta going all, horrible and crispy. And then do the second half for 5 minutes, and see what it looks like. Let's get it cooking. Alrighty, here it is, fresh out of the microwave. I'm pleased to say that thankfully the bare pasta didn't burn or go hard or anything. I was able to incorporate it into the sauce halfway through cooking, which is great. And it certainly smells good. It smells like bolognese. Well, I mean a canteen style bolognese anyway. But I'm going to get this out, put it in a nice plate, and we'll see what we have. Well, it doesn't look like there's a massive amount of meat or sauce with this, but to be fair, it's probably mostly on the bottom. It's probably just the way that I poured it. So I'll give it a bit of a mix, see if we can try and get some of that on the top, make it look nice and presentable. There There we go, it looks a bit better now. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad, does it? Again, it certainly smells pretty good. And I'd like everyone to remember that this costs 85p. We're not expecting gourmet or anything particularly amazing. We know we're not going to get that. What I want to know is this a reasonably tasty meal for such a low cost? I mean, times are tough at the moment. Going to petrol station could cost you about 100 quid. Worrying about your fuel bills in the winter. This kind of food might be a necessity. And if it tastes good, well, then it's just something that we can do to try and cut back and save a bit of cash here and there. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's give it a go and see what it tastes like. That's that. Good bit of meat there. Let's get it on the fork. Okay, so no surprise, it's not the most tasty bolognese I've ever tried in my life. It's fairly bland. I mean, it doesn't really pack much of a punch. Not particularly beefy. It's also really lacking in seasoning, but I guess we can easily fix that. 1 second. Okay, bit of salt and pepper. Let's see if that has made any noticeable difference at all. Okay, immediately 10 times better. Really lacks seasoning. That does taste a lot nicer now with the salt and pepper added. But nothing to really get too excited about, to be honest. It's alright. It kind of tastes like very cheap spaghetti bolognese. But when I think back to the price of this, which is only 85p, I mean, it by no means tastes bad. It still tastes nice, well, particularly with salt and pepper added. But I mean, considering how cheap it is, it actually tastes really good for the money. I mean, I really can't fault it at all. I just had a quick thought. I'm going to see if I can make this taste any better by adding some posh Italian cheese. 1 second. Alright, so I had some Parmesan laying around in the fridge. So why not add it and see if it helps at all? There we go. So not a huge amount, just a little something to give it a bit more flavour. Let's see what it tastes like now. Do you know what? That really helped. Gave it another element. Got the nice creaminess of the cheese added in there as well. I might even go as far as saying adding that cheese has kind of made it taste on par with something that is kind of like a mid-range ready meal spaghetti. One of those ones that cost around 2-3 quid. So maybe I've stumbled across a top tip when you're looking at saving a few pounds but also having a tasty meal. Buy in bulk maybe this sort of ready meal and just add in a few posher ingredients that will, you know, if you buy ingredients like that Parmesan, that block lasts for ages and you'll be able to get so many meals out of that. Instead of spending 2-3 quid on a mid-range ready meal every time, I think 85p for this, I think that Parmesan probably costs around 4 quid, but if you think about how many meals that would do, keep that in the fridge, put a bit of that on top, and you're laughing. I'm now thinking what else I could add to this to try and make it taste even better. If I had some basil, maybe, I would finely chop that and sprinkle it on the top. I bet that would taste good. I mean, I'm growing some herbs at the moment. In the UK, we're having some glorious weather. And I've got some sage, some rosemary and some thyme growing in the garden. That's doing really well. Maybe I'll add basil to that because, yeah, things like this, I reckon chop that up nice and fine and sprinkle it on the top. That would really help as well. But just the addition of salt, pepper and a bit of cheese has really lifted this. It's actually made it taste really rather good. Yeah, I'm pleased with this. I mean, on its own it was fine. I mean, everyone's got salt and pepper lying around. Definitely recommend adding that if you do buy this because it really does help it out. And again, I keep going on about it. Remember, this was only 85p, which is peanuts. And also because they're frozen, I mean, you get if you buy them in bulk and chuck them in the freezer, you know, you could really save yourself some cash. So there we are. I think my final thoughts would be, for pure value for money, this is excellent. It's quick, it tastes good, particularly after adding salt and pepper. Anything after that, you know, with the cheese or maybe with those herbs or whatever you decide to do, would probably add more to it, but not strictly necessary. With the addition of only salt and pepper, it really helped it and actually made it taste really good. And for that reason, I would certainly recommend it. Bulk up on this sort of stuff, because it's going to go up. Everything's going to keep going up. While it's only at prices like 85p, get it. Chuck it in the freezer. Particularly if you've got a nice chest freezer, even better. I unfortunately don't. I envy anyone who does, but if you do, grab a load of this sort of stuff, chuck it in there, and you'll be laughing. Well, thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate every view. And particularly every subscriber. And again, I'm really trying to grow the channel at the moment, and if you like this kind of stuff, I'm more than happy to keep going, and the more subscribers I get, you know, the more it spurs me on to do the next one. If you've got any ideas or any suggestions on the way that I shoot these kind of videos or on what to do next, of course, please do let me know. Just pop a comment down below. I do read all of them, as there aren't that many, so don't feel like I won't read it. Of course I definitely will, and I really appreciate everyone who follows so far and also watches these videos. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and also press the like button if you enjoyed this one. We'll bring you another one again very shortly.